There it is. I am at Piru Creek right now at Frenchman's Flats, and I'm gonna try to take the creek down to Falls Gorge eventually. That's what I'm looking for. This right here is an American bullfrog. You know, they're pretty big, and actually they're invasive, and they're very harmful to some of the native species here, including the endangered arroyo toad, which they eat. I was thinking about cooking this guy, actually, making some frog legs out of him, but unfortunately I brought my stove, but I forgot my pan, so I think I'm just gonna let him go. All right, not sure how well y'all can see this, but quite a few trout here. There were some bigger ones early on. Yeah, I've also seen a good amount of crawdads, like all of these, you know, and seen a few bullfrogs here and there. That was a crayfish. This guy's a little smaller, but another bullfrog. Here's another bullfrog, you know. I wish I could just film everything. So far, I've passed by several areas that I know are gonna be stunning in the daytime. And this certainly counts as one of them, I'd assume. I think I've lost count of how many of these guys I've seen. But yeah, they're all over. This is a rattlesnake, and I'd say 9 out of 10 times they rattle. I almost stepped on this guy, and this one didn't, and it's definitely a little bigger than a baby, so I'm kind of surprised. But anyways, I'm gonna move away and not push my luck. The sun is starting to rise, and I hope I'm getting close to the Narrows. I'm not completely sure where they are. There's a little bear paw, you know, bear print in the sand, pretty wild. There it is. Bear. One of the few I've seen in Los Padres. I'm actually getting it on film for the most part. Pretty cool. There he is. Yeah. I haven't seen a bear in a while, actually, and it's nice to finally see one and get it in the video. So, you know, Piru Creek, I guess. Yeah, guy's pretty agile, so very cool to see. Anyways, don't think I'll be catching up to that guy anytime soon. It was pretty cool to see that bear. This is a pretty remote area too, by the way, so I don't think it's really all that surprising. Not very many signs of people out here. Little cave here. Doesn't go back all that deep though. Bunch of spiders doing something. I don't really know what to make of these guys. This canyon wall or cathedral here is pretty insane, you know. Come across a few spots like this already, and yeah, it's just getting wilder and wilder out here. It's starting to look like Narrows up ahead, which is a good sign if you ask me. Yeah, looking beautiful. The walls of these Narrows are made of this conglomerate rock, which is a bunch of cobbles, you know, and pebbles that have been cemented together by sand and sandstone, you know. I think this is the right spot. I'm just gonna head down a little further, you know, until I find a waterfall or two. All right, it looks like this section of Narrows ends right about there. What I think I'm gonna do is eat a little bit of breakfast and then continue just a little bit further. On trips like this that are a little longer, I like to bring snacks. This one's you know, chips and avocado, but I also brought some cheeses and some trail mix with a bunch of chocolate chips. You want stuff that's like kind of calorie dense and has electrolytes, you know, I don't know, nutrients, fats, I guess, carbs, you know, so just whatever you need to kind of get through the day. Well, I actually didn't even need to leave the Narrows. This waterfall, I think, is the waterfall that this gorge is named after, you know. I think this is Falls Gorge. And I recall seeing a picture of what I think is this waterfall, but there was an insane amount of water flowing down. And this whole canyon here was like filled with water. So, you know, that may have been just, you know, the time that they went, whoever took that picture, I don't know. But if you Google, I think Falls Gorge in Piru Creek, I think there's a picture that shows up where this waterfall is flowing like a lot. You know, so pretty cool. But anyways, I think I'm gonna do a little rinse and then head back from here. Woo! Trickly. It's a nice little shower, right? Ah, yeah. There we have it. That's that's the waterfall in Falls Gorge of Piru Creek. I was expecting a little more from this waterfall, to be honest. And it's partly my fault, you know. I decided to come in September instead of the spring. So what I may do next year actually is come up from Lake Piru to check this out, because I'd like to kind of get the whole stretch in. But for now, I'm gonna make my way back to where I parked at Frenchman's Flats, and I'll get some footage as I head back of like some of the areas I went through at night, so you can see what they look like. Before I go, I'd just like to take one last look at Falls Gorge in Piru Creek from the downstream end, and I gotta say, very beautiful. My initial plan today was to go to the east fork of the San Gabriel River, but the bridge fire kind of prevented that from happening. You know, I wanted to go up on the East Fork trailhead to Vincent Gulch and then down to explore a bunch of tributaries. You know, Fish Fork, Iron Fork, a lot of those. But yeah, you know, it didn't wind up happening. Anyways, this was kind of cool. You know, waterfall, okay. But those narrows were pretty awesome. And then that bear too. You know, I haven't seen a bear in a little bit. And coming up in the morning with all those you know, fish, crawdads, the bullfrogs, the little frogs. It was like an aquarium almost, like walking through an aquarium. There are a lot of really beautiful spots just along the creek, and I'd say this is one of them. That being said, there's some way better ones further upstream that I'm going to show y'all. Yeah, water is pretty nice and clear here. More beautiful sections of Piru Creek all throughout this stretch of, well, I wouldn't really call it a trail. All throughout this excursion. Right there, basking on the rock, there's a native pond turtle, and I'll try to see how close I can get. I doubt I'll be able to catch him, but and nonetheless, it'll be fun to try. 2 steps and you dive down. I stopped to get a little snack, and looking right in front of me, there seems to be a pretty nice water hole, you know, so there are a lot of good ones on Piru Creek, but this just happens to be here, and I happen to be eating, and I may just happen to take a little dip. Oh my God, that's nice. Whew. Cold plunge. All right. Yeah, man. You know, I've been in a lot of water actually today, but mostly for the sake of getting from point A to point B and back. You know, I haven't really been enjoying myself too much in the water here, except for the waterfall, which is kind of trickly, but this feels nice. There are plenty of fish here, especially in this pocket, you know, and what I may try to do is get some film underwater. Two native pond turtles right there. Wow. This water hole looks phenomenal, you know, and there were a few others back there that I passed on, you know, just because I wanted to get back, but I feel like I need to take a little break, so I'm going to do it right here. I'm standing here. Whew. Ready? Cold plunge. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Not bad. Yeah, I need to take advantage of more of these pools, you know. It's pretty nice. They're all over. I don't really want to get out, but you know, if I don't keep moving, I might get back pretty late, so gotta get going. This right here is the shell of one of the native pond turtles, and it looks like it was a baby. I don't know if they molt their shells or maybe not actually. Maybe this guy was food for someone else, but nonetheless, you know, it's pretty cool to find these. I found a few before, but I gotta say this is my smallest pond turtle shell that I've found thus far, so pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm actually allowed to keep this or not, so I'm just gonna leave it here. I think that for the desert tortoises, you have to leave their shells. I have found a few of those before, so yeah. All right, finally caught one, you know. I think this is the 5th one I've seen today or something. Maybe the 4th I got on video. But yeah, right after we found that pond turtle shell, we got ourselves a native pond turtle right here. Southern Pond Turtle, I think's the common name. But yeah, they're pretty cool, you know. I guess they got the claws here so they can kind of scratch, but little tail and whatnot. But yeah, these guys are neat. If I set him down, he'll probably stay in his shell for a bit. It's kind of a defensive thing. And then poke his head out, maybe slowly. But yeah, we'll see in a couple of minutes. Maybe that's wrong. All right, I just got to get a little bit of video of me with a turtle here. I always enjoy catching these guys, and yeah, I'm gonna let him go in a second. All right, let's see what happens when we set him down. Yeah, I guess he just wandered away. I've had others just sort of sit there and then kind of cautiously peek their heads out, But yeah, that guy was ready to leave.